Dude, have you ever been to Hawaii? It is the place to be. It is such an incredible place to vacation. And you might find yourself thinking, I need to own some real estate in Hawaii. Today we'll find out if that's true or not. All right, friends, today we're jamming on Hawaii because so many of you want to know, Kris, should I invest in real estate in Hawaii? And for just a moment, it does sound a little bit dreamy, doesn't? I've got my investor romantics that are out there like, oh, Kris, you know how cool it would be? I could own a piece of property out there. I could go and visit it from time to time when it's not occupied. I can rent it out. I can Airbnb that thing. And Kris, should I invest in real estate in Hawaii? And you know what? I'm going to tell you right now, I love Hawaii. I've been to Hawaii many, many times. And I've been able to visit most of the islands. And what an incredible place in the world to visit. It's truly remarkable. But let's jam on real estate and whether we should be buying real estate there. And let's just start by taking a look at the big picture economics. First of all, the median home price currently in Hawaii is $610,000. And my first sniff gut check says, is that over the national median in America? National median, 220 grand. Is it over? Yes, it's triple over, which doesn't mean triple the risk. It means way more than triple the risk. Last year, the prices went up by over 6%, and they're projected this year to go up by another 5%. So right now, the growth in those markets are fantastic because think about it. If you own a $600,000 median size home and it goes up 5%, that's like pocketing $50,000, $60,000 in your pocket of your net worth balance sheet saying, man, I'm worth 50 grand more today just because I owned a piece of property in Hawaii. And while it's a great destination place, check out the price per square foot. $508 per square foot makes it one of the most expensive places in the continental United States to be owning real estate. Not only that, but if you've ever been to Hawaii and you talk with the locals, you know what they're going to tell you about the cost of living? They're going to complain about the prices of gas and milk. They're going to complain about that cost of living and how much extra jobs is like, yeah, I moved to paradise and I got to work 80 hours a week just to kind of float my basics and get, all of my expenses taken care of. So it's interesting that instead of being on island time, for many people, it's a high stress time. And they've got to find a way to become super minimalistic so that they can make that lifestyle work. And don't forget, Hawaii has sharks. So when we talk about is Hawaii really a good place to invest? One of my number one rules is don't buy over the median because the market will course correct. And 6% last year, 5% this year, that's going to equate to some really great growth for yourself. That, again, on a $600,000 home, you take last year's 6 and this 5, you're up $60,000. That feels really good. But what happens when the market drops 20%? Because it can do it on a dime, and the market moves in cycles and it moves in waves. I think that if you own real estate in Hawaii for the long haul, it's only going to go up in value. But here's my question. Can you make the economics of renting it work? Because if you don't live there and you want to rent it out, a lot of this Airbnb, does it rent for 30 days a month like that or even 15 days a month? It can, but it depends. So I'm not going to tell you not to do it, but I'm going to tell you that you need to really do your homework on it. You got to really understand how much of that can I rent out, and am I renting it to locals or am I renting it to all the visitors that are coming there to vacation there? And you got to have a solid business plan with solid numbers to know that that can work. Because as much of a dream as that is, it has a high risk factor. And if you show me a home that can work in Hawaii, I can show you 4 homes that you could buy on the mainland that'll also work, but with way less risk and way more consistency. Oh, Kris, you're so boring. Oh my gosh. Where's the fun? Where's the adventure? Where's the joy? Why does it have to be so boring? You're right. When it comes to money, I like to treat it with respect and responsibility. And respect and responsibility says that I need to find a way to balance out my risk. Now, don't get me wrong. I love risk. Risk means I'm going outside of my 401k comfort zone, IRA comfort zone. I'm going out of my home equity comfort zone. And I realize that no amount of savings in those tools that are having a hard time competing on average with the rate of inflation will ever get me where I want to go. So I'm going to have to take risks. Here we're talking about smart risks. Here we're talking about risks that have a high likelihood of giving you what you want and getting you where you want to go. For me, I need to see that there's growth on the horizon. I want to be in markets where I can see good cash flow. And I want my investment to sustainably be paying me this month. I want it to pay me every month, and I want it to pay me on a regular basis. And if I'm doing those things and if I'm doing it correctly, then guess what? My real estate's taking care of me. I don't see that happening in Hawaii nearly as much as I'm getting it to happen in my other markets. So I like to have the gains with as little risk as possible. Most of the real estate markets that I'm in, I'm getting 15 and 20% annualized returns. And Hawaii, can I find a consistent base of deals that are doing that? I can't. There's one other reason why Hawaii is a no for me though. I love track record. And I'm not talking about the track record of a home. That's equivalent to all your eggs in one basket. I'm talking about the equivalent of many homes. When I do my real estate and I compare my properties and stack them up against each other, the reality is they more or less all look the same, they function the same, the ROIs are the same. That's me having respect for my money and having responsibility for it. The moment it's like, oh, Kris, there's this art project, right? There's this unique one-of-a-kind property in Hawaii. One-of-a-kind can equal greater returns. Just be aware that it also means greater risk. So if you want to be a professional investor and if you want to mitigate that risk by putting your money in a lot of different baskets, and if you want to compound that growth, there are a lot better ways of doing that than Hawaii. But you might find the special situation, the special circumstance on the right home that could really work out there for you. So ultimately it depends. It's a no answer for me on Hawaii. Hey friends, thanks for checking out that video. Please comment below on your own thoughts about different markets you want to know about, places you should maybe not consider investing in. And please also check out the playlist right over here so I can share with you some of the hot markets that I am investing in. Other than that, my friends, subscribe and we'll see you back here tomorrow.